Hello and welcome to Personal Injury Today, where we're discussing the hottest topics to help attorneys like you better understand your clients' cases and come to a fair settlement. Today, we're going to talk about why doctor life care planners make all of the difference in the world to your client's case. We're going to be joined by Dr. Brad Poppie coming up. On today's show, we're going to talk about how a doctor life care planner brings credibility to your clients' cases. We're joined by Dr. Brad Poppie. He's the founder of Injury Reporting Consultants, helping attorneys just like you resolve their personal injury cases with medical-based analysis and reporting. So today we're going to understand what attorneys need to know and should consider when hiring a life care planner. Dr. Poppie, what's the difference in these types of life care planners?
Well, life care planning is a nationally renowned certification that various type of credentialed healthcare providers can obtain. Primarily, you see nurses in the nursing field become certified life care planners. You know, they've been practicing for 20 years and then they kind of retire per se from actual clinical practice or start to wean their hours, and then they will get the life care planning certification, and or they're going to go kind of the legal nurse consulting route, okay? But primarily it's nurses that have that certification. But you also now today see chiropractors, physical therapists, medical doctors also obtaining that certification, basically because they have a little bit broader scope to opine on certain things in the life care plan that nurses can't because of their limited scope of practice.
Great, that's perfect. Before we get any further, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Click the bell notification so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. So you talked about some different specialties. Are all of these specialties credible as far as writing a life care plan?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Please explain.
So while, yes, they're all credible to write them, they're all certified, right? The validity of the life care plan really comes down to the author and the credentials they have behind their name. Okay, so let's take a nurse. Again, we love nurses, there's nothing wrong with them, but when it comes to a life care plan, they can't opine on a lot of the things in the life care plan because of their limited scope of practice. So they have to rely solely on the treating practitioners to include their opinions in the life care plan. Versus take a doctor. Okay, like myself, when I am doing a life care plan, I can actually go in and examine the patient to determine what their impairments and disabilities are, which gives me more credibility to actually opine on their future treatment. So if I do an examination on a client and determine they're going to need extended amount of physical therapy to help, strengthen their body, decrease their pain, etc., I can opine on that. The client's going to need 2 to 3 times a week physical therapy for the next 6 to 8 weeks to help with ABC. I can actually opine on that. Nurses can't, okay? So it just gives us a little bit more leeway and a little bit more credibility on the stand, because when we're on the stand, and let's say we're working for the plaintiff, hypothetically, defense, when they do cross-examination, they're going to try to beat us up. That's their job, okay? And we know that, okay? So when we can actually not dodge the bullet from defense, but also be able to just answer it and convince the jury, hey, this is why that's in the life care plan, as opposed to deferring the topic to someone that the nurse life care planner called, it just adds more credibility to not only the expert, but also the life care plan itself.
That's great. So our personal injury attorneys that are watching, you want to look for a doctor who is certified to write your life care plans versus a nurse.
Correct.
What other pitfalls do you find with nurse life care planners versus doctor life care planners?
Well, let's talk about a personal experience. So, and it's happened many times actually. Attorney will call me and say, hey, we've got a nurse life care planner on this case. Please take a look at the report, okay? So I'll look through it. And again, there's no basic opinions of the nurse because they can't really opine on that, okay? So they're relying strictly on treating providers, which it's a collaborative effort, but they have to be able to defend those on the stand. Okay. And numerous attorneys over the years have told me, it's like, hey, we use so-and-so nurse life care planners, and they can't take the bullets. They don't have the credibility. When you've got, doctor in front of your name, it's a different level, it's a different tier of expertise, and the jury holds you to a higher level of expertise. So they expect that expert type of a testimony. And so that certainly helps with your credibility.
Thank you for that. And thank you everyone for watching. If you would like to reach out to Dr. Brad Poppie, go ahead and do that at IRC. He'd be happy to just walk through and chat about your case to help you and your client come to a fair settlement. And then again, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And let us know if you have any topics or questions in the comments. We'd love to create an episode just for you. Thank you, and we will see you next time.